Hello everyone, welcome to today's vlog. Will you join us in Aberystwyth? Woo! My hometown. So let's go and explore. We're starting off in the village of Penparky. Let's go.
Let's go do it.
So Elliott, how many times have you been to?
Couple times, come visit you obviously.
And what do you think of our beautiful, wonderful town before we show the viewers?
I mean, I think there's a lot of cool stuff to it. I think it's a bit underrated maybe. Something like that.
I would say so. It's almost like it's just a little bit run down, I'd say. But it has so much potential of being one of the beautifulest towns in Wales. So let's go and have a look. So, the locals call this Penparky Hill. And it leads you into the town. There's some newer, moderner stuff down here, like McDonald's, Morrison's, B&M. I think there's even a Curry's.
Well, let's go have a look, shall we? So we are at the top of Penparky Hill, and that is Aberystwyth.
This is Aberystwyth, the wonderful town of Aberystwyth from afar, from Penparky Hill.
Lovely view.
Well, this view never used to be here until a couple of weeks. They destroyed a care home here, demolished it, and all the locals were furious about it.
Crazy.
And then they also took down two very old buildings here that used to be at the top just as we round this corner. And they were there for like 300 years. They were some of the first buildings in Aberystwyth.
If I'm correct, it was a schoolhouse, wasn't it? The old schoolhouse.
Yeah, just that. And now it no longer sits here. The locals aren't very happy about it, but they are curious to see what they're going to build with all this open land now.
More flats, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm assuming so, like the ones on probably. Hello everyone!
So here we are at the bottom of Penparky Hill. This is where all the football is played.
This is Minneathall. It's got a silly little workout area. There's bits and bobs where the kids can store all their uniforms and stuff. It's a bit dilapidated, but they have got plans to put a new building here, potentially with a restaurant or maybe a bar or something to do with live music. There was a vote a couple of months ago, so it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do.
Interesting stuff, more local knowledge I wouldn't have a clue about.
So, this is the river that runs through Aberystwyth. It's nice and clean usually, but I haven't seen it for a little while.
It is called the River Rydal.
The River Rydal. Yes. And then, if you turn to your right, that is the field over there that they used to play all of the Ian Wright competitions on. And
Can you explain what we mean by Ian Wright?
So Ian Wright is a footballer. I'm not sure what team he used to play for, but
I think it was Arsenal.
Maybe Arsenal, yeah. And he's decided to set up a competition for all the young people across the UK to have basically a massive football tournament. And it's held just over there. Between 2,000, 3,000 people come, and they just spend days and days playing football until there's a clear winner.
Fair enough, it sounds pretty good to me. As we have finished talking about Mr. Ian Wright, we will now be leaving Penparky and entering Llanbadarn Fawr.
And this is where you'll find some shops.
Let's go have a look. We are now in the Llanbadarn, and we have arrived at the most notable point. There's a fancy hotel, and if you look over to here, there are Tesla chargers there. It's like the only one for absolutely miles. How ridiculous is that, eh?
It is absolute madness. Imagine if you've bought one of those fancy ass cars and you're thinking to yourself, oh, this is going to be a convenient day. I'm just going to charge it up. Not here, you're not, because if anybody else is there, you're stuck.
Exactly. But yeah, there's not much else to see here. There's a few shopping places next. McDonald's, Morrison's, petrol station, and a few others like B&M and Curry's and whatever. Not much going on here, to be fair.
But we'll resume this when we're next to the river.
We will do.
So, we told you we're going to pick up when we're next to the river. So, we're just leaving Morrison's, and we are now going to walk beautifully along the river. If it wasn't so wet, we'd actually go next door to the river, but the council here haven't sorted out any of the, common things of like water coming up and Welsh person.
As we walk down this lovely little path here, this is going to lead us to the town, isn't it?
It is. We've got about a mile walk, I'd say, maybe about, just 3/4 of a mile, and then we shall be there.
Yeah. Until then, we're in lovely view of the nice little path. It's a nice little walk down here, to be fair, isn't it?
It is very nice.
Yeah. Right, let's head down this little mud path, shall we? Craig is showing us the way to get to the river, so we can have a look at it, and unfortunately, he's chosen the muddiest path to get there. And here we are, the lovely big river.
Look at that! Bloody beautiful!
Absolutely beautiful.
Look at it. Oh, it's lovely. No, we're just winding you up. Let's go and have a look.
Yeah, we'll go have a look at the real river. There we are. I don't think I want to get any closer than that, this, to be fair. Because look, it's waterlogged here and...
It does look a little swampy. Like your pants after an hour in the gym.
Oh. Behind the scenes secrets from Craig.
They've provided a nice little bridge so we don't drown in all that water. Look down there, look.
How lovely is that?
Yeah, don't want to drown.
Could have died.
Could have almost not stepped over it.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll carry on going down this little path. As you can see, there's a little park again that we've shown before. Yeah. We'll carry on and go down this path.
Yeah, let's go and have an adventure.
We might as well show it, actually. Turns out if you go further down the path, we get to go right next to it. You can see the bottom. I don't know if you would see it on video, but...
Can you see the bottom? This is the Welsh River. It's not so bad. It's nice and clean. Can anybody spot any rubbish? Can anybody see anything horrible?
It's not like the cities, is it?
Anybody spot anything horrible? Any carrier bags? Welcome to Wales.
So as we come up to this next bridge, we'll be able to get to a clearing and be able to... Not see, but close enough to see the monument up at Pendinas. Now, this is like the point that sticks out all along town, and lots of people come visit it all the time, go up at the thing. I've been up there once. It's a lovely view from up there, isn't it?
It is, to be fair. It used to be a hill fort from back in the olden days when wars and castles. Yes, it's a hill fort. And then originally they were going to put on top of that weird sticky up thing you can see up there, there was supposed to be a statue of Nelson on the top, but when they tried to place the statue on the top, the plinth that they tried to place it on started to sink into the mountain. So they decided just to abandon the project, and that's what we got, a weird up sticky thing.
Fair enough.
You do your bit.
And as we come out of here, we are now at the end of the path and we are about to enter the real town of Aberystwyth. Now behind that tree over there, you'll see that is the council offices. That's where they do council things.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently. The locals aren't too sure what their building is actually for, because over COVID they all decided to work from home. And then most of them still are working from home, so the building mostly is sitting there empty. And the locals are not very happy about it.
I mean, at least they get their pay rise every year.
That's it, pay rises all round. Forget what the town's happening and, all the rubbish and the fact that everything's, a bit more dilapidated than it should be. But hey, he's got a new BMW this year.
Exactly. Now, I want to talk about Starling Cloud. Now, the reason this pub is called the Starling Cloud is this place is actually one of the few spots where starlings actually come to stop on their migration. So they all come and stop in Aberystwyth, and that's why this pub is the Starling Cloud, which is right opposite our lovely skate park.
Yes, so from what I understand, there are either 3 or 4 places in the UK where the Starlings actually stop. There is one here on our pier that we will show you later, and there is another one on an oil rig out in the middle of the ocean. And then there is a small little island, from what I understand, somewhere on their adventures, wherever they are going. They stop there too, and there possibly is one more place, and then they are going to wherever they're going and they get there. We've now officially reached Aberystwyth. Before we were in Penparky, then Llanbadarn, and now we're in officially Aberystwyth. Here we go. Join us on the rest of our adventure.
The town is partnered with St Brieg and Kronberg in Taunus. So they're basically both places located, I think, in Germany, or maybe one of them's in France. But yeah. Once we enter, we already straight away get to see a lot of the things. This big building here is the police station. You know, they do police things there, funnily enough.
Policing and all that.
I know, imagine that. That's crazy. This over here is actually a sort of depot for steam trains. And we're actually going to go have a look at the steam train platform, and we'll tell you more about it when we get there.
We shall. From my knowledge of being a local is that it's about 180 years old. And the trains used to run and pull coal out of the mountains, but now they just do trips for people. Nostalgia. So, here we are. This is the Vale of Rydal Railway. They have all sorts of trains in here, from small ones, old ones, newish ones. From what I understand, in that building over there, they repair trains and they fix them and get them maintained. And then they show them in this big building over here.
Now, anyone interested in the routes, this steam train actually goes to Devil's Bridge. Now, this used to be just a local line where they would bring slate into the coast, because Aberystwyth is a coastal town, and they would sail it off, but because now it's not that big or anything like that, also coal as well, but now because that industry is not very big, it is now just used for tourists, basically, as a little steam train, as a little nostalgia trip, isn't it?
Yeah, every so often, I think, as you can probably see from the background, there are logs and stuff used to carry it for certain routes. So I think they bring them down from the forests up by Devil's Bridge, and then they're met here, things, and they're unloaded, and I think they get done on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So yeah, they are starting to use the line for some sort of stuff, but mostly, yeah, just taking people up and down to Devil's Bridge. It's a lovely train ride, though. Absolutely gorgeous. I recommend it quite a lot.
I agree. Anyway, let's go for our next stop.
There's more.
There is more. So we were just on our way to our next location. We just noticed this.
New installations. What's going on? Look at this. This is bloody swangly fancy, isn't it? Woo!
For a place like Aberystwyth, this is brand new technology.
Yeah, this is things we've never seen before. Like things that, well, they're off, to be fair, and they haven't been finished, but they're there. They're there.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we're actually going to show you now Aberystwyth Football Stadium.
We are now here at Aberystwyth Football Stadium. It's not a huge stadium or anything, but Aberystwyth used to be in the Welsh Premier League until this season, where it got relegated, didn't it?
It did. It wasn't great. We did watch it.
Yeah, unfortunately. They ended their last game of the season being relegated and losing 2-1.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
Yeah. But you know, it's still there. It was still a football team.
Well, they can always do better next year. There's always something to try for.
Exactly. Hopefully they'll go back up again.
So we're just walking into the local town now, and as you can see, they are the public toilets of this end of town, but they do cost you 40 pence a pee, or a poop, whichever you're doing. But next door is Tesco's and M&S, so if you do need the toilet and you are visiting the town, just go there.
Save you 40p.
Save you 40p.
As they say, look after the pennies.
Look after the pounds.
And the pounds will look after themselves.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, bollocks. So these have been installed in the last couple of years. You can get fresh milk from a local farm and a couple of bits and bobs, all locally made. You can have milkshakes, all different flavours. You can have plain milk, fat milk. And then, about 6 months after that, they put in this. This is one of the local farms have decided that they're going to put their eggs in here and they are fresh every day or something like that, or every 2 days or something, and they are absolutely some of the nicest eggs in town.
Well, this is a nice little bit to walk through. It's a nice little shortcut that you can use a lot of the time, to be fair. That's what Aberystwyth's full of, shortcuts everywhere that people don't realise, especially the tourists.
But also, back in the olden days, this used to be a boarding school. A boys and girls separate boarding school. One side was boys, one side was girls.
Fair enough. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, we're going
This in front of us is now the train station and Wetherspoons. It's quite an interesting building, but been modernised on the inside a bit much.
Yeah, it's probably the most unique Wetherspoons I've seen, to be fair. But I like how it's inside a station, and I think we should go have a look at the station platform.
Let's go and have a look.
So now, this is the platform. And as you can see, you've got trains only to Shrewsbury, or Aberystwyth, or Birmingham International. And most of the time, what happens to the trains, Craig?
They're late, they're delayed, or they're just not running.
Exactly. But this is the Wetherspoons over here. Now, as Craig was saying, can you explain?
So basically, this is the end of the train track. As you can see, there is no more going this way, because if you carry on going that way, Wetherspoons are going to get a cheeky poke by a train.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be very fun for the the Wetherspoons people.
Locals.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Wetherspoons little cut through, where then we're pretty much in town. It's very cheap in there, quite reliable, the food's not so bad.
And as we come outside, here is the Cambrian. They've just renovated, from what I know.
Yeah, it looks absolutely lovely there.
Yeah. And it looks nice and modern. Normally it's just a bar for the students, to be fair, but they do serve food and they are a hotel. But this is the front of the Wetherspoons. Oh man. Right there. Not so bad. And this over here is the bus station. Bus station where sometimes buses come.
Sometimes, if you're a lucky boy, yes, or girl.
Or girl. We can't discriminate here. Or any gender, whatever you identify by. We do not discriminate, do
If you
we?
happen to be a Hoover and you're watching, good on you.
Fair enough.
This is one of the many streets that take you into what passes as the town centre.
The high street.
The high street. There's quite a lot of good shops here, but there's also, as you're about to see, a lot of the same sort of shops. Especially vape shops, Turkish barbers, and coffee places.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff here, to be fair. There's a lot closed today, as it is a Sunday.
It is a Sunday, yes.
But, you know, other than that, it's pretty nice. We are now on, officially, the high street. And we've got some shops going all the way up this hill over here. Morgan's Butchers are great butchers.
Oh, they do hot food and some of the best meat in the whole entire area.
Bit pricey though.
Yeah, a little bit pricey. The portions have gone down a little bit, but what can you do?
But hey, if you're a tourist and you can afford to come here, then you can afford to do that.
Delicious food. You will never be disappointed except with the portion size.
Pretty much. Anyway, as we go further up, to be fair, a lot of it is just charity shops. I mean, if you love charity shops, then you are in heaven here, but if you don't love charity shops, you're not.
Yeah, not a whole lot to do in beautiful Aberystwyth. As the years go on, it seems to get more boring.
But we've got some lovely churches, and there's something I want to show everyone down here. Now, first off, before we get to this place, it's a very boring fact I've got, but you know how these streets are all like curved? A lot of the Aberystwyth streets are quite straight, apart from some that will be curved in a weird way, and that's because these would have been where the old castle walls were. Spoiler as to what's coming later, eh?
Ooh, spoilers!
Spoilers! Now, this is probably going to be the least interesting fact that you're ever going to see, but there is a hidden little secret over here. Do you see this little marking on the wall right there?
Yes, this mark, what is it?
So this marking here is actually used to be a marker to talk about how high above sea level a certain part was. So they had a number written down and they had this marker right there, and then they refer back to it. This marker means it's X above sea level. and that's how they used to do it. There's a couple of them in town. I can't remember where any of them are, apart from that one. But that is probably the most boring fact we're going to hear today, aren't we?
That's pretty good. I didn't even know that, and I'm a local. What the?
I know, right? I did my research.
Back on the high street. Hello there.
Yeah, hello.
Thanks for joining us. So we're just going to walk up the main high street now and show you the lack of shops, or the lack of good shops. But there are some interesting shops if you're not from here.
Hang on.
Well, we're just walking past Nationwide Bank. Then you've got JD's. And then you've got Vodafone. And on the other side, we've got Betts. And then you can have a vape shop and repair your phone.
We can talk about the shop here. This used to be an antique shop. And then the two owners fell out with each other. And the guy said he didn't want anything to do with it anymore. And so that's why they're closed.
Ah, interesting facts. We have then got another repair shop next to another repair shop. But in this repair shop, you can buy phone cases.
And vapes.
Ooh, and vapes. Well, you now join us at the top of the town. This is a clock tower built in 2000.
Very old.
Exceptionally old.
And there is the signpost over here. Many benches to sit on if you ever get tired. And there is more to be seen down here. But first, we're going to go down here.
And do you want a sneaky peek of where we're going? Do.
I think we can have a chat about Welsh computers. Now, what makes them Welsh? Craig, can you explain?
I have absolutely no idea. Can you tell us?
Well, I think they're run by sheep power.
Oh, sheep. It's quite a commodity here, to be fair.
And the way you communicate with the computer is the same way as the Welsh communicate, by slamming their head on a keyboard, and it makes words.
That don't not very nice, is it? The English person saying that in this beautiful Welsh little town.
Yeah, but it's funny.
He's got me.
We will now be arriving at Aberystwyth Pier. Now, pier is an interesting one. Craig, can you explain the fact that you told me about?
Oh yes, if I remember rightly, I think you're hinting at the fact that this is one of the places that the Stalins come and sleep.
It is, you're correct, but I was meaning more to do with avoiding VAT.
Ah, so this pier was actually built for the reasons of selling goods off the land so they could do them at a cheaper price. As long as back in the olden days, as long as the building wasn't connected to the land, it was classed as being at sea. So maritime law kicked in instead. And rules of products are cheaper out at sea because nobody owns that bit of water.
Pretty much. Now we are on the pier. This stretches out. We are now in the place where you can get some lovely no VAT.
No VAT, no VAT.
International waters.
Woo, waters!
Now you can see there is a monument over there, which we'll go have a look at in a second. I'll talk more detail about it when we get there. But over here, this is the lovely North Beach.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can just see going up the side of that mountain, but there is an old-fashioned Victorian. How would you describe it?
Vernacular.
A vernacular. Vernacular. Yes, going up the side of the mountain. For common people, that's a train that drives up tracks up a mountain. But yeah.
Basically, yeah. Nice posh word. There is the Bellevue Hotel. Now that got burnt down in a very bad fire, and it is still to this day still not had anything done with it, has it?
No, it's weird. It's just been sat there all this time, and the locals have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, but yeah, this is where all the tourists will be around all these beaches and stuff like that. But yeah, we've got a lovely view of the sea going all the way out. You're on the edge of the country, remember?
And if you have a sneaky peeky over there, I think you might be able to see some sort of ancient old building that used to be maybe a castle.
We'll talk about that when we get there.
Let's go.
So over here, I would never normally recommend this arcade to anyone. Every ride here is like £2. It's absolutely ridiculous, every machine. But this right here is very reasonably priced. £3 for 10 throws and £3 for each person. And you can have basically a full-on game of bowling. Quite cheap, I'd say.
Yeah, not so bad. I didn't realise it was actually here. That's where we've come over and had a look.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. I've done it a couple of times. It's very fun.
So, we're back. We're now walking along the seawall. And just as a heads up, if you are coming here on holiday or coming here for a day adventure, don't really walk next to the seawall in a stormy weather, because you will get soaked. The water will come up and get you. As you can see, this is the old college. It is at the moment being messed with and restored to have some sort of glass floor viewing place so they can watch the starlings that sleep just under there. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of the bums all under there, all at night time. It honestly sounds like the building's breathing.
Now, a little thing about this old college over here is this is where Aberystwyth University used to be before it then moved up the hill, and this is where our current King Charles went to university.
So yeah, as a bit of an add-on to that, all people that have ever been the Prince of Wales have to come here and study. They must learn a little bit of the language, or otherwise they are not eligible to be the Prince of Wales.
Exactly. So yeah. And I guess we'll have a talk about what we can see in front of us in a second. Whoop, whoop. This is an example of what we're trying to tell you about today. The sea is a bit rougher today, and the tide is quite in. So if you stand too close, you can see it's already wet. But you'll see as the waves crash against the wall and go all the way up like that. How crazy is that, eh? It's
so
pretty
don't
cool.
get wet.
Don't get wet.
This is a weather warning. Don't get wet.
I mean, for the ladies, if anyone's around Craig's, then I'm sorry, you are going to be getting wet.
Woo! We're going to get dripping.
And there's some Welsh.
Some words of Welsh.
Now, Mr. Local over here should be able to understand it, but...
It says... loading, not sure.
Cool.
We are now going to have a look at the remains of Aberystwyth Castle. Blown up from the sea, if I remember rightly.
Crazy. I didn't know that. I don't even know why it was so dilapidated.
Maybe they just didn't pay the person to come and keep fixing it. Just fell apart brick by brick, you know, just... No.
So I really like this castle, to be fair, and I like the fact that it's free to just go in and wander around whenever you want. Unfortunately, it does leave for opportunists, like illegal metal detecting work, which I saw posted about recently. Not very happy with that as a metal detectorist myself. What do you think of them?
I don't know.
As we can see, we are now at the castle. Now over here is a World War II monument. This is obviously to commemorate the soldiers who died during World War I and World War II. And it's a lovely little thing, actually. Now, over here as well, we have actual bridges. Now, every time I've ever visited this place, these bridges have been broken and you can't walk on them. And now look what we're doing right now.
Bridges!
Walking!
Ooh, don't fall.
Don't drop my camera. I'm break your legs.
Drop it.
I'll break you. So, we'll carry on walking through here, and we will get to the entrance of the castle over here. Now, this castle was built somewhere in the 1300s, I'd like to say. I think, according to my knowledge from the Ceredigion Museum. It was more or less a pretty good stronghold to put a castle, I would imagine. And we'll go in. Now you can get some very lovely views of the town going all through here. We've got up there the Pendinus Monument over there, which is what we tried to talk about earlier, but we couldn't get a great view. Now we do. And there are plenty of stones over here. There are actually carvings in these stones in what looks to be like a runic language. Now, whether that was original or whether some graffiti guy who is very sophisticated has gone and done this, I don't know. And I doubt that it's actually original from the time, to be fair. I doubt it. But over here, this is what you call South Beach. And as the name implies, the beach we were at before was North Beach because it was in the north. We're at South Beach because it's in the south. Yeah. Overall, lovely little place here. Right, over here as well, we have another view of the old college and some mural art on there from the time, which isn't being renovated on. Looks like they're completed with that work. And that church over there is St Mike's Church. Very old church that was over here. It's suffered a lot from the sea, from damage and stuff, and they've had to keep repairing it, and it's a bit more expensive to do. A lot of gravestones, as you can see, that line over that wall over here, and they're kind of like leaning against the walls, which is a very strange way of doing a graveyard in my opinion. But here we are, and I think we should walk down in that direction and carry on.
So, we're just leaving the castle grounds, and for all those people that need a wee and a poo again on this part of the video, there is another toilet here, next door to a children's park and next to the castle grounds and where Elliott was talking about the gravestones. But sorry everyone, 40p a pee again. And if you want to do a poop, 40p.
Same price for both. Maybe you should get a discount if it's a number one.
Maybe so, yeah. Only maybe 15p. And what happens if you don't flush? Maybe you don't get charged at all?
If you don't flush, then you should be charged more, because that's more work for the cleaning lady.
So, from what I understand, the graves used to lie across the grass. And all of them were moved because the land started to sink. As you can see, the field itself isn't very stable. It's a bit wonky donkey. So all the gravestones that are up around the edges used to be in the middle.
So when you walk on those fields, you're saying that we're walking on bodies?
Oh, hundreds of them, hundreds and hundreds of them.
Crazy. Sacred ground, eh?
This is Aberystwyth's Market Hall. There are lots of different little small huts in there, from cakes to fixing guitars to piano tuning to painting, restoration, to all sorts of different things. It changes per month and it's absolutely wonderful. It's the locals supporting the locals. This is the Angel Pub, very, very famous in Aberystwyth for being quite icky sticky in there.
It is a bit, but a lot of cool bands playing there.
Very true, live music, and they do also reggae nights and all sorts of different things. This used to be a church, and now, unfortunately, it's been turned into a bit of a dance club.
Not a very popular one at that.
Yeah, a bit overpriced, and the speakers are pants.
I'm not sure how they're still open, to be fair. I think there's more going on than just a dance club in there, but who knows.
But as you can see from the video now, we are leading back to the top of town, where we originally seen the clock tower. And now we're going to do another loop back down to the pier so we can show you the other side of Aberystwyth.
Let's go have a look. Over here, we are now on another street, Terrace Road as it's called. Now there's Molly's over there obviously, which is a chain. But this street right here is actually home to the Ceredigion Museum. Now, this museum is pretty detailed. It's got one of the few examples I've ever seen of a Welsh £1 note, and I would love to borrow it, should we say. What do you think, Craig?
I'm not sure. That currency stuff is your jam, boy.
Well, either way, there it is, the Ceredigion Museum. Lovely museum. It used to be free, but then they realised that they were running out of money, and so they started charging £2 to enter, which I think is fairly reasonable, to be fair. And that was a discount shop we went past. And down that street. Now over here, I do want to show everyone over here actually something that's a bit unusual about this town. But over here, this is called the church surgery. Now, the church surgery is literally exactly what it says on the tin. It is a surgery and pharmacy that's been built into a church. I think that's a bit silly, don't you think? But I think it's very good use of a church, especially because there are so many of them in this town, and I think it's a good way of recycling it and putting it to good use, I reckon. Quite an unusual thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's actually the doctors I'm with.
It's a lovely... Yeah, exactly.
So, this is the other side of the pier. We decided to go a different way than we said, just because it's so beautiful. As you can see, when the storms happen, or any sort of extreme waves, all of the beach gets pushed up onto the public path. And Aberystwyth Council take a very long time to then return it back to where it's supposed to be. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think that's quite funny, and it's even funnier than when they do. Pretty much a few days later,
the sea puts it back.
Exactly. It's a constant fight between the town council and the sea. But I think overall, the sea will always win.
Should we go and have a crunch around on it?
We could do, yeah. Let's go have a look.
ASMR style.
Now, over in this direction over here, we've got the Prom Diner. Now, they do some very interesting ice creams over there. They're pretty good. There's one called, like, the Pink Princess that I've tried the once. And, yeah, it's a pink little princess. I'd say it's Craig's favourite. He's a little princess. But over here as well, we have the bandstand. Now, what they often do in there is people can hire it out for any sort of events and whatnot. And lots of all sorts of things happen here. Lots of interesting showcases. Okay. Now, further down here, which we have over there, is another bandstand over there, and it's pretty much useless. It's more just used for homeless people, really, to sit in.
Do you mean the homeless hotel?
Exactly, a homeless hotel. Now, there's some interesting history behind this stand over here. So before it was actually one of those, it was used a little bit as a swimming pool. And then before that, it actually used to be where they would do public executions at that place.
And that's correct, people.
Exactly.
Public executions.
Public executions.
A little noose around the neck for you. Is a little girl.
Literally, many people died on this, and I reckon the guillotine was used there as well, which will be kind of morbid, don't you think?
I mean, it's not a bad place to die, as long as you're looking at the sea and then all of a sudden, not so bad.
Fair enough, it's a lovely view.
Over there, just for public informational purposes, just in there is another toilet. And guess what? No surprise, 40p a pee. Or a poo.
And here we are, we have now got next to the bandstand. We can see, for example, this is exactly where these executions used to happen. But the next part where you can talk about over here is the big mountain. Now we've got the sea over there, obviously. Over here we have a big mountain. Now this is called Constitution Hill. It is called. And it has a vernacular going upwards on it, which is a little train that'll follow a track going up the hill, and you pay a little bit of money to go up, or you can save some money and use your fucking legs.
You could just use those legs.
Exactly. And, you know, but if you feel lazy, just use the little train, you know. Maybe I will shame you a little bit for it, but you know what? Unless you're disabled, then I'll give you an excuse there.
Even then, you could try.
Yeah. Well, this also is a nice, lovely old building that has been converted into flats recently. And the sign, funnily enough, says that you can own a piece of history. No, you won't. You are renting it. You are paying money to a landlord who already owns the piece of history, and you are paying for the privilege to be able to stay in it. That doggy had some attitude.
Oh, attitude.
Now, over here we've just got more side roads. These are basically mostly hotels, but also student accommodation going all the way down here. And, you know, you follow it all the way down, and there is a special tradition that you must do when you get to the end of the promenade. And if you don't do it, then you can actually be landed with a 20-year jail sentence. Isn't that right?
That is 100% correct. If you don't do the tradition, you also could be cursed.
Exactly. You may never get any good luck ever again. That wouldn't be a good thing, would it?
Not at all. So, this is a massive student accommodation. It is called Alexandria Halls. And it is, well, what a perfect location, really. I mean, imagine looking out your bedroom window and seeing this. Boff. Have some of that. Bit of beauty.
Crazy to think there is nothing between that window and Ireland right there. Absolutely nothing between them. You're on the edge of the country.
This is the edge, the tip, the nipple.
Now, we are about to get to the end here. Now, we're about to go and do some tradition, which has to be done every single time. The thing is, you have to do it with both feet. Isn't that correct?
It is. This is the way.
Exactly.
This is the way it must be done.
Exactly. Over here, Craiggleis. Or Constitution Hill. Craiggleis.
I know.
How fun is that?
That's nice, isn't it? So, let's go and have a look at the vernacular railway. Follow me. Come on, let's go.
Lovely windy path, isn't it?
Bit of a windy path, yeah? Oh. Oh, we can't see anything.
It looks to me like it's closed, but we can still put ourselves through here with this.
Oh, look, there's one of them.
Now, there's the vernacular train that will go up the hill, and this has been running for a very long time, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, hundreds of years.
But, yeah, there's not much more I can really say about this, to be fair.
No, but look at the views. What beautiful views.
And that's just a taste of what you get in Aberystwyth. So over towards here, we've got a lovely little luxury holiday apartment called the Eddleston House. Lovely little balcony on the side there. It's right posh, isn't it? But as we go further down here, we also have another church. It's a Methodist church. Now, they actually host every Friday a board game session that you can go to with some nice people there. And they're quite entertaining to play board games with. It's a shame I don't live around here. It's a shame I don't live around here, really, because I would be going regularly. But you know what? It's okay. Over here on the left, we've got a bowls and tennis courts over there. which you can't see them too well, but they're there. You can trust us. We wouldn't lie to our loyal fans.
Hell no!
Exactly. But we're going to be turning right because we've got other things to go and have a look at over here.
Let's go and have a nose at what we can see.
St Paul's Methodist Centre. So over towards here we've got a couple things that we can show you. So for a start, there is a church coming up on the left. Now there's not much really to say about this church except they do a lot of Welsh sermons from what I know.
There's a lot of churches in Aberystwyth.
There's tons. I think there's over 20. Big Premier Inn. And even if you're a guest staying there, you still have to pay £8 per night to park in it. How cheeky is that when they charge an insane amount for the room? And this over here is the Commodore Cinema, the only cinema in the town. Now, this cinema normally only really shows 1 or 2 viewings of a film every single day, which is kind of nuts considering I don't feel like that's a very good business model. They could do more showings and get more money, I think. Now, this actually used to be a leisure centre as well, which are just on this part over here. However, now it is just a cinema. And quite an old-fashioned one, actually. Now, over here on the left, we have a theatre as well. Now, there are 2 theatres technically in this town, one of which being on the Aberystwyth University campus, where both of them, they'll show performances. The one on the campus also shows films as well, kind of as a cinema, but kind of not. It's very weird how they do things there. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the street.
And this is the town library. Not exactly one of the oldest buildings in the town, but very nice. It's quite old looking. I like the what are they called? Pillars?
Yeah, pillars, columns, whatever you want to call them.
I think it's nice. But there's probably not the greatest selection of books you've ever seen inside, but it is lovely. It is being protected at the moment by the local cat. He has said, "Bollocks, are you coming in? It's fucking closed. Fuck off."
Fair enough, I think we should listen to it.
I think we should. He looks a bit fucking... Oh, he's giving us the eye.
He is, he's scary.
Oh, fucking hell, he's fucking giving us the look. Right, what are we doing now then?
Well,
this is the Moorland Centre, and I know this famously for them trying to steal your blood. This is where they do the blood drives for the town. Yes. Go in there, potentially giving your blood to vampires, or to a good cause,
Vampires.
Yeah.
Vampires.
But we shouldn't say that too many more times because they'll suss on when they know about them.
Exactly. And it's a town secret. We cannot be letting these things out.
Anybody that's watched this video now, shh, don't tell anyone because you'll be in trouble too.
Exactly. So, over there is Game Park.
Yeah, this is Game Park, the local place where nerds can go and get their Magic the Gathering on and all sorts of little bits and bobs. So you got puppet statues and
whatever,
stuff.
So we'll bring you back in a second to something that is quite distinct about this town.
Also, just before we go, if you are in Aberystwyth, this is the best sandwich shop in the whole town. They make absolutely wonderful, most sexual baguettes you've ever put in your mouth. Don't go to Subway, come here.
Spartacus.
So here in the town, we have one of the most amazing buildings in the whole of Wales. And as you're starting to see on the video, on the hill, that is the National Library of Wales. They have the oldest recorded Welsh text in the whole of Wales, sitting there, bosh, in that building.
Crazy, isn't it? All hidden in a little basement.
Thousands upon millions of Welsh books in there, all from around the whole of Wales.
Absolutely tons of records, so like genealogy research stuff.
Literally everything to do with Wales that you need to know, anything you could possibly imagine is in that building.
Now, I was told a little thing once when I came to the National Library. Wales were having a little bit of a debate. They were like, should we put the National Library in North Wales or South Wales? And they couldn't decide, so they decided to put it in the middle to make it as inaccessible for either side as possible. And over here, if we go up that way, we won't be able to see it as such, but the hospital is over there. That is Bronglice Hospital. Now, we're going to have a look down further to have a look at some things that only locals will seem to know about down here. What do you think?
Oh, do you mean the Nut House?
The Nut House.
The House of the Nuts.
So over here we have a place called Elliott. This is what we call the Nut House. Well, it's for mental health support, as the politically correct term is, isn't it?
It's not, it's for the fucking loons of the town.
Something like that. But either way, that isn't our main focus of coming here, actually, because...
Oh shit, did you hear them all?
Apparently. So further up there is actually, if you would care to explain, Craig, I'd like you...
From what I understand, let's go and have a look. Right, so when the Second World War was happening, all of Wales was worried that just in case they got bombed, they needed somewhere to put the valuable stuff. From paintings to, I don't know, documents or jewellery or whatever it was. This is where they put it, just in here. In the mountain. Nobody in the town, from what I understand of what I've asked over the last few days, really understands anything about it. Except it's there. So, no idea. But me and Elliott are going to make inquiries to see if we can actually find somebody and maybe go in there.
And we'll try and update you guys on what we find. But this is the entrance right here, isn't it?
It is.
Very interesting. I don't think you can really get in, can you? And there's even a look at that. Even a posh little lock on it. So clearly, yeah, with a posh little lock on it. So clearly someone has a key. Open the door!
Oi! Fucking let us in, you bastards!
I don't think anyone's answering.
No, I don't think so. What'd you do if actually somebody did open the door?
Oh my life, I would. That would be nuts. Imagine that.
I would have had brown stuff, dripping brown stuff.
That's diarrhea, mate.
Oh, it could be. Ectoplasm shot out my arse.
Literally.
So, as we're walking along now, I don't know if you're going to struggle to see as much as I am from this distance, but can anybody on the video please tell me what number is on there? Is it a 1 and a 0? Is it a 2 and a 0? What is it? I like the dragon aspect of it, but I really can't tell what it is. And if we just have a quick stop here, look, wait for my cameraman to catch up. This is Aberystwyth University football ground, or rugby ground, or squash ground, or whatever they really need it to be. Also, a few of the local schools use it for their, what would you call it, like their fun day out where they have to do running about and
Sports days, I call
sports day nonsense, yes. And then the building, I don't know if my cameraman is zooming in on it right now, but that is rented out by the Aberystwyth University to be used as a local mosque.
I wouldn't say it's rented out by the uni. Well, it's rented out by the Muslim community of the Aberystwyth area, and they use it as their place of worship as well, which I think is very interesting. It's one way to put it somewhere, so it caters for everyone, doesn't it?
And we are walking past now some of the nicest houses in Aberystwyth. These are absolutely old and gorgeous with style. Do you know, like sometimes they say women age like either milk or fine wine? Well, those houses are aging like fine wine.
I agree. Definitely.
You don't want a milk house. You don't want a house that ages like milk. Oh, God. Beautiful.
Absolute weirdo. Now we will be walking down an alleyway over here, and you know there's a few things going on down here. Start off, there is abandoned buildings that is being renovated. A bowls course again, because you know we need a second one in the town. But that is being renovated, hopefully turned into like student flats or something like that. instead of it just being a useless building. Community gardens down here as well, nice allotments. Yeah, but I think the main attraction that we're showing you, which will be one of the last ones we show on this vlog, will be the Arts Centre in Aberystwyth, which belongs to the uni.
Yay.
That sounds enthusiastic. I guess that abandoned building, apparently this is what it's going to look like soon. With a big Plastkrieg sign on it.
What a load of shit.
I know, it doesn't look that great.
No, that whole building's held up by stilts, look. That doesn't sound very good, does it? As we have bloody wind all the time, continuously.
I know, right?
Now
But
we've got to walk up more of a hill, haven't we, Elliott?
yeah, but not that much of a hill.
But it's ill.
Ill.
It's ill.
Put the H at the front.
It's a hill.
Good boy. Okay, over here we have the Art Centre, which is where a lot of the art students do their art, funnily enough. Isn't that crazy?
Artsy fartsy.
Artsy fartsy. Imagine that.
Fucking hell. It's a bit much, isn't it?
Yes, but it's a lovely building.
It is. Oh, and as you can see, we're now at the artsy fartsy building.
And some accommodation over there, which I've never noticed before.
I didn't know that was there.
The more you know. And a lovely view at the top here. Not much of a hill we went up, and still provides a good view.
Yeah, Aberystwyth is so beautiful to look at.
Really is.
I need one of those as an adult. Does anybody else think that adults should be allowed toys like that? Because I want one. Elliott, do you want one?
I do. But anyway, this is a lovely little park that stretches all the way down here and goes all the way down there as well.
It does.
Now, thinking about this thing, this is the dirtiest thing I've ever seen. It's really bad here. And a fun story, I was once trying out a drone and I flew it and it fell in here. And
I don't know how it comes up across water, yeah, but it's like blue, but grey and green at the same time with like an almost see-through layer to it.
so it's very strange, isn't it?
But Elliott's drone went straight sploshing in there, by the way.
And I had to go rescue it.
Like a dickhead.
And I tried to go in there, I tried to reach over, and as I did, I slipped into it. So that was fun.
Splosh, motherfuckers, he went.
Slosh. Yeah, I did. And I think, Craig, that's it.
Are we done with our tour?
I think we
Is
might
this the
be.
whole of Aberystwyth done?
It may be.
Oh, shit the bed. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have pretty much gone back in a full circle. And you find us back here at Wetherspoons in Aberystwyth. I'd like to say from my side, thank you very much for putting up with us. Thank you for watching on your big telly!
The big telly, eh? It's been interesting. Again, it's a place that we're both quite familiar with, aren't
Yeah,
we?
we are. We absolutely love this place. I was born here, bred here. Absolutely love it here.
And will you die here?
Maybe not.
Who knows? But yeah, thank you very much for joining us on our vlog.
Thank you very much. This is vlog number 2. We hope we do a little bit better on the editing and it's not so jumpy for the next ones. But put comments in the description down there, somewhere over there, and then like, subscribe, and all that other stuff that they ask you to do. But
Whatever stuff. Yeah.
all that stuff where you got to smash buttons and fucking notifications, all that sort of nonsense. Crack it on, and we'll be back with another one. I think we could be doing a place called Mahantlech.
Maybe.
Potentially. Bye. Bye.